From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And a good Thursday morning to you. Happy first day of spring. Let's take a live look outside. Yakima Valley looking good. A little bit breezy there, not quite as windy as we are on the Columbia Basin. 41 degrees though outside, and our feels like temp there is 38. So we're starting out on a warmer note, but we still have very active weather moving through the area, especially right now in the Cascades. Things have started to dry out in our Blue Mountains, and we'll see a calmer day for the most part, other than our winds throughout the area. Check out these temperatures. We go from our average to way above average in a quick matter beginning Monday in Yakima. Look at Tri-Cities. Also very, very warm next week, where we could see highs close to 75 degrees on Wednesday. Here's what your day is looking like out the door. Again, temperature's nice. It's going to be very windy. Same thing in Yakima. Look for cloudy skies around 4. The news at 6 starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, breaking overnight, police shoot a man in the parking lot of an apartment complex in Kennewick. We have the details on what led up to that shooting.
Plus, new video of a fatal helicopter crash in Dayton near South Touchy. Authorities confirming the pilot is dead. And we have more on the story coming up.
Also ahead, today President Trump is expected to sign an executive order that'll begin dismantling the Department of Education, the first step in the process of shifting education authority over to the states. We have those details on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Thursday, March 20th. Happy first day of spring to everyone.
We're in the spring season.
And we're manifesting the sunshine, right?
Yeah, we're trying to, but apparently we're going to get it next week and not anytime soon.
I know. I guess it's worth the wait.
Yeah, we'll wait for it. And Stacy will have more on that in just a few minutes.
Yes.
But we're going to start off with new information this morning. A man was shot by 2 officers at a Kennewick apartment late last night.
The Kennewick police were called to the Arlo on 10th. Just before 9:30, the call came from a witness saying that a man was holding a knife and trying to kill himself. When police got there, they saw the man had cuts on his arms, and as they tried to de-escalate the situation, the man charged at police with that knife, and that's when police shot him. Now, he's been identified as Dylan Winters. We're told he was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Once treated and released, he will be booked into jail and charged with first-degree assault. No officers were hurt in this situation, but as new information continues to come in, we'll pass it along to you.
And also coming into the newsroom this morning, new video from the scene of a fatal helicopter crash near Dayton. Now, authorities have confirmed the pilot died at the scene.
Yeah, details coming in are limited as this investigation is still in its early stages. But here's what we know so far. The helicopter went down near South Touchy Road around 12:30 yesterday afternoon. Authorities saying that the helicopter actually hit some power lines, which then knocked out the power to nearly 1,000 people in and around the Dayton area for a few hours.
And officials telling us the location of the crash was not easy to get to, but first responders were eventually able to make their way there. And the aircraft is described as an agricultural helicopter. The cause of the crash and the identity of the pilot have not yet been confirmed. And the Columbia County Sheriff's Office tells us they'll be sending out more information today, so we will keep you updated.
And a student was hit by a car just after students were released for the day by Richland High School. Our crews got to the scene right near Richland High yesterday afternoon around 3:30. Police were there. They were investigating and also cleaning up the debris on the road from that crash. You can see it right here in this video. Now, we talked to Commander Damon Jansen with the Richland Police Department, and he says that the student driving the car was a Richland High School student who was trying to leave the parking lot. The student who was hit by the car was a River's Edge student who was riding his electric scooter on the sidewalk right there by Richland High. The crash happened on a side road within the campus right there on the 900 block of Long Avenue. Right now, we don't have any details on if any injuries happened to that student who was hit. And 5:04 this morning, 6 people are without a place to live after their house caught fire. The fire broke out yesterday afternoon on the 500 block of Adams Street in Richland. You can see there several crews called out to battle that fire as smoke was coming from the attic. Firefighters telling us that the fire started on the back porch and then spread into that attic. Everyone was able to get out safely. The house, though, not livable because of the damage. The cause still under investigation.
Making a difference this morning, Yakima Valley Partners Habitat for Humanity builds several houses a year for first-time homebuyers, with 75% of the labor coming from volunteers. Our very own Emily Goodell tells us in honor of International Women's Day, the organization has recruited women from across the community to help with their latest project.
More than 100 volunteers from almost a dozen local businesses will be helping out over the next 8 days to build homes for community members in need. The help coming at a critical time.
You have an issue with homelessness, you have an issue of low rental opportunities, there's all kinds of housing crisis components, and providing a permanent solution to housing is really critical for our community.
Employers from local businesses like Yakima Federal Savings and Loan stepping up to make a difference.
We have a whole crew that's in there, and they've been really great. They're all down, they're on their hands and knees. Dust doesn't scare them, dirt. They're all scraping, they're all snapping in boards. Flooring doesn't scare me, and paint doesn't scare me. I grew up with a mom who told me I could do anything.
Not just showing up to help, but showing everyone women build too.
As with any trade business, it's important to encourage women to be involved in different pieces of work. But Yakima is really fortunate to have a lot of women involved in construction.
And a lot of people willing to support Habitat for Humanity's mission by volunteering at a job site, store, or committee.
You always can donate your hard-earned money to us if you'd like to share, or if you have slightly used items at home that you don't need anymore, you can bring them down to the store. All of the profits from the store are funneled into the housing program.
Yakima Valley Partners Habitat for Humanity is having an event next Thursday to celebrate Women Build 2025. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, 6:06, and check this out. The Yakima Humane Society clinched a spot in the national Final Four of the 2025 March Madness Tournament.
I love the name. So 39 animal shelters from across the country are going head-to-head or tail-to-tail to save homeless pets. And to celebrate the occasion, Yakima Humane Society invited the community to the Public House of Yakima East, that's what it's called, Public House of Yakima East, Tuesday night to experience the countdown in person. So far, a little more than $37,000 has been raised, and you can stay updated on this tournament by checking in with the Yakima Humane Society's Facebook page. How cute.
I love it. I love everything about March Madness.
March Madness.
Yeah. All right, 6:07, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A new federal plan to improve security at the southern border is underway, and we have more on what the Pentagon is considering. That's coming up in your national news.
But first, Stacey Lee will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it right here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
And the princess never felt the pee as the Summit made for a perfect night's sleep.
What was it like before? Never a mattress?
30 years ago, getting a mattress was pretty scary. Middlemen hawked spring-filled slabs, hardly fit for a dog, at prices like you wouldn't believe. And you'd barely sleep, what with bad foam and even worse support. But then, Denver Mattress came to town. They promised a better night's sleep, and they delivered. And it still holds true to this day. Denver Mattress. After 30 years, still the easiest way to get the right mattress.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off, plus a free thermostat on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Injured on the road or on the job? Visit FromBackAutumn.com. Gather vital information on your type of injury claim. Chat live about your needs. Even schedule a free consultation. From Back in Autumn. Bulldog Tough.
It is Operation Best Friend every Wednesday as we feature lovable pets from area shelters all looking for their forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Christine Connolly, As You Wish Real Estate Services, and the Manthai Group Cross Country Mortgage.
Yakima Federal Savings and Loan was founded in 1905 and has kept your money safe and sound for 120 years. Your deposits at YakFed help people buy homes and build strong communities. We believe in giving back, proudly supporting local events and organizations that make a difference where we all live and work. With 10 local branch locations, we're committed to our communities and keeping your money secure. Experience the difference. Call, click, or come by and make the switch today.
The Subaru A Lot to Love event is here, which means it's time for some spring cleaning at McCurley Subaru. And this March, your trade is worth more than ever. Right now, we're giving you an extra $500 off any vehicle purchase when you trade in a vehicle, plus special event savings on every new and pre-owned vehicle. And with exclusive low-rate financing, driving home a new ride has never been easier. Get to McCurley Subaru today, where your trade is worth more this March.
The heavy hitter is one for you. Call 853-2222.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And good Thursday morning to you. Happy first day of spring. It's officially here. We're starting out on a blustery note today. We've been seeing strong gusty winds throughout the evening. They're actually starting to calm slightly in the Tri-Cities, but still very windy up near Dayton and the Blue Mountains, also up at White Pass this morning. But look for those strong gusty winds throughout the day. Right now, Bi-Mart Skycam looking into the Yakima Valley. Very not bad out there. Winds have kicked up to 16 miles an hour, gusting slightly more. It's clear, though, with temperatures right at 43 degrees, and your sunset tonight in Yakima at 7:10. Temperatures around the area on the warmer side, but with those winds, the real feel a little bit cooler. So do grab a light coat for the beginning of the day. You might be peeling it off a little bit later as temperatures are going to climb to just under 60 degrees. Dayton hits 50 today, 58 Hermiston, 55 in Yakima. So just to go over our headlines of the day, it's the first day of spring. Look for sunshine developing through the area. We will continue to see these breezy and gusty winds. Showers return late tonight into Friday, and more mountain snow continues with some winter weather advisories. And then we hit the 70s next week. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Still more to come. My First Alert full weather forecast is on the way. Jade?
Thanks so much. 12 minutes after 6. And in your national headlines this morning, a new plan is being discussed in Washington to improve security at the southern border. It involves giving the military more control. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has those details.
This morning, ABC News has learned the Pentagon is evaluating plans to take control of swaths of land along the southern border to create a buffer zone between the U.S. and Mexico and give U.S. troops an area to temporarily hold migrants. The Washington Post reports the land would initially be in New Mexico, then possibly stretch to California. It comes as the White House escalates its attack against federal judge James Boasberg.
That is an egregious abuse of the bench. This judge does not have that authority.
Boasberg is warning of consequences as he considers whether the administration defied his ruling when it deported alleged Venezuelan gang members last weekend. Boasberg said the administration has not provided enough evidence to justify using the Alien Enemies Act without due process. The judge has extended his deadline for the administration to provide more details about the deportations. That deadline now noon today. Trump denies defying Boasberg.
No, I never did defy a court order.
And you wouldn't in the future?
No, you can't do that. However, we have bad judges. We have very bad judges.
Deputy White House Chief of Staff Stephen Miller going further, saying, quote, each day the nation arises to see what the craziest unelected local federal judge has decided the policies of the government of the United States shall be. Trump and several members of Congress are calling for the impeachment of judges who've ruled against the administration, drawing a rare rebuke from Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts. Sources say Elon Musk is now making financial contributions to those members of Congress pushing for impeachment. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
And the judge did not say what those consequences could be if the administration does not comply with today's deadline. Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, we'll check back in with Stacy Lee. She'll have your full First Alert forecast as we give you that live look outside this morning. It is 6:14, and we're starting to get a little bit of a peek of the sunrise there from our Yakima Federal camera in Kennewick, and giving you a look around the region from Yakima into the Tri-Cities. We're back right after the break.
At Floor & Home, we know how important it is for everyone to have a safe place. That's why we've partnered with the Boys and Girls Club between now and April 15th by donating a portion of our sales. Love the home and community you live in.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house has the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
Attention, please. The final days of Truck Month have arrived.
Morgan, light it up.
On it! This is like a movie.
Okay, everyone, time is running out for our best deals on Ranger and Maverick and America's best-selling trucks for 48 years, Ford F-Series.
Lease a 24 F-150 Super Crew 4x4 for $399 a month for $36, or buy with 2.9% for $72. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next-level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
At Floor & Home, we know how important it is for everyone to have a safe place. That's why we've partnered with the Boys and Girls Club between now and April 15th by donating a portion of our sales. Love the home and community you live in.
Good evening, everybody.
To make great newscasts, you need great resources and an experienced team.
We begin tonight with breaking news coming up.
Wendy Redman has been a leader in broadcast news for 20 years plus.
Monique Ledesma is
Wendy breaks big stories, produces special reports that make a difference, and brings the news home to you each evening.
It's sometimes dramatic, but always informative.
Wendy Redman, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee, Apple Valley News Now at 5, 6, and 6:30 on your side.
Always on your side.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacey Lee.
And good Thursday morning to you on our first day of spring. Sun just starting to come up in the Tri-Cities Yakima Fed Sky Cam. 43 degrees outside. The winds are a little blustery. We're blowing around 16 miles an hour and gusting at 20 to 25. So our feels like temp is 35. Do grab a coat if you're heading out the door. You'll need it for the first part of the day. Temperatures are fairly warm through the area. A little bit of a cold pocket sitting on top of Ellensburg this morning. Everybody else in the upper 30s and lower 40s. So not too bad outside. We are seeing those strong gusty winds. As I said, they have actually decreased slightly in the Tri-Cities, but we're seeing those strong gusty winds here in the foothills of the Blues and across some of our mountain passes. But through the area, expect strong gusty winds on and off throughout the day. As one system has moved out, we calm down, then that next part of the system is going to be moving in later today, bringing more mountain snow and more showers to our lower elevations. So again, we have winter weather alerts in place, 6 to 12 inches at pass level. Snoqualmie, Cascades of Oregon seeing impressive amounts of snow there as well. Another 4 to 7 inches possible there in the Blue Mountains. Here's our futurecast. Let's time things out. Again, we'll see maybe a stray shower, but not until later this evening through the Columbia Basin. Walla Walla, Hermiston, Tri-Cities, and Hanford might hit or miss Yakima, but we'll continue to see those snow showers falling across the Cascade Mountains, and then more showers coming our way tomorrow afternoon. So the first day of spring still a little blustery and a little active, but things are going to be looking great next week. Your weekend forecast, if you're traveling, expect rain on the west side. The trick will be getting through those mountain passes, so check those pass reports before you hit the road. We're going to be in the 50s in Portland with more showers there. And up north, we could see potentially some thunder showers in Spokane. with wet weather expected once again in the area on Sunday. Tonight, temperatures on the warmish side. We're in the 30s and 40s. For the next 7 days, a little bit active, like we said, through the weekend, but things will start to look better as we get into next week. And look at those temperatures staying above average in the 70s. We stay in the 50s in Yakima through Sunday, and we go from 57 to whoop all the way up to 70 degrees on Monday. So very, very warm. It will definitely be feeling like spring. Everything will be blooming, and with these gusty winds, again, I'm advising you to start the allergy meds right now. I've been doubling up on mine so far. Above normal temperatures in Walla Walla, look at that, nearly 75 degrees on Wednesday. And in Hermiston, look for those breezy and gusty winds. Shower chances on Friday. Temperatures above average again in the mid and upper 70s. So things are looking good next week as we head into our first official week of spring. Stay with us. More Good Morning Northwest is on the way.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demand to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
This ain't no disco, and it ain't no lighted dance floor either. This is Legends Casino Hotel's Money Moves. We're giving away $36,000 every Thursday in March. Just use your Legends Rewards card to stack up entries, and you could be moving a guaranteed $12,000 into the pocket of your John Travolta-like leisure suit. On second thought, forget the leisure suit. But go ahead and blast the Bee Gees. You should be dancing on your way to Legends Money Moves in March.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Spring is in the air and creativity is blooming everywhere at Custer's 26th Annual Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Join us as over 150 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcraft, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this a must-see event. Single-day admission, only $8. Tickets on sale now at CusterShows.com. Custer's Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-440-0029. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now on your side.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In entertainment news, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Because there's a fake one going around trying to release his music.
Get out. A former employee of Eminem is facing federal charges for allegedly stealing and selling the rapper's unreleased music. So prosecutors say an FBI tip came to them back in January, claiming employees of Eminem's studio in Detroit had discovered the unreleased music on the internet.
Wow, this is a big no-no.
Yes.
A rap.
That's right. Well, that music was linked back to a password-protected hard drive, which was only accessible by a few of Eminem's employees. Authorities say one of those people is Joshua Strange, who allegedly sold the music for $50,000.
Strange. So a criminal complaint shows that FBI agents also found other items linked to Eminem in Strange's home. And Strange worked for Eminem, whose legal name is Marshall Mathers, from 2007 to 2021.
Strange is charged with criminal infringement of a copyright and interstate transportation of stolen goods. Don't mess with Eminem.
You don't mess with the rap god.
No.
Yeah.
Gosh, and yeah, like Stacey, you're saying that is just such a huge no-no.
It's a huge no-no. I'm waiting for them to release the Prince catalog of unheard produced music.
Oh yeah.
So I've been waiting for that one.
Hopefully that'll come legally.
I think his family, his family is supposed to do that at some point. So
yeah. All right. Well, music to movies. Disney's Pixar is heading to intergalactic space.
Ooh.
The media company releasing the trailer for its new movie. Was it Elio? Elio,
I think. That's what I've been saying. Well,
we'll go with Elio.
Yeah. Well, the film follows 11-year-old Elio, who is beamed up to an interplanetary group of members from different galaxies, and they think he is the ruler of Earth.
Of course he is.
That sounds so cute.
For the film include Zoe Saldana, Jamila Jamil, Johan Khabib, and Brad Garrett. Elio hits the theaters on June 20th.
This sounds exciting. I love Disney.
Cute.
Every Disney Pixar movie is good.
I know.
We can't do wrong.
It'll be something my grandkids will be like, watch this
and you will.
times.
And you will.
Yes.
Yeah. It's good. All right. 6:25 still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Over 100 people marching in Yakima to Representative Dan Newhouse's office. You see it right there on your screen. This group sending a message asking the congressman to prevent the budget resolution, which is expected to include some nationwide cuts to Medicaid.
Plus, new information in the Brian Koberger murder case, this regarding the roommates who survived the attack. With the details just ahead.
Did you know that you may have insurance coverage for your own medical expenses? If you have insurance questions, call Allen Brecky Law Offices. Call 735-0546 to find out what your rights are under the law.
It's the wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row, and that means every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. Find sofas in super soft velvet to stylish, sophisticated lounging, dining groups with gorgeous planked detailing to contemporary two-toned finishes, sleep beds with practical storage to traditional style with casual touches. Save 30% on all Doctor's Choice mattresses or get 60 months no interest. Shop today and save during the wall-to-wall sale only at Furniture Row.
Higher prices may be on the horizon, but right now you can lock in the best deals during the spring cleaning event at McCurley Mazda. This March, bring your trade, clean or dirty, and get an extra $500 off any vehicle purchase. Your old vehicle helps you save more today. Plus, get exclusive low-rate financing and special event savings on new and pre-owned vehicles. Outsmart the market and the potential of rising prices, and lock in your savings today at McCurley Mazda.
Our number one service here at NIU Women's Clinic and Aesthetics is our weight loss program. Our program is really focused on a lifestyle change. We want our patients to be able to lose around 10 to 15 pounds of weight loss a month is what we see. But when they're done with us on the program, we want them to be able to keep that weight off. We don't want to see them yo-yo.
So I've lost about 40 to 50 pounds, and that's been over the span of 3 to 4 months. At my peak, I think I was losing probably 10 pounds a week. It was quite a bit, and I just noticed it was falling off of me.
So we are proud to announce that we are releasing a virtual weight loss program. What makes our program so successful for both men and women is the fact that we are treating exactly the reason why you're gaining this weight in the first place. By addressing your insulin insensitivity, your hormone balancing, your lifestyle, treating everything. We really focus on you and your needs.
Now open in Yakima. Go to newuwomensclinic.com to start your weight loss journey today.
Hi, I'm Stacey Lee, and I'm inviting you on a holidays vacation tour. Join me as we experience New England's fall foliage, October 2nd to the 10th. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors, before ending our vacation in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword Apple Valley, to request a brochure, watch a travel show, and book this tour. Did you know that you may have insurance coverage for your own medical expenses? If you have insurance questions, call Allen Brecky Law Offices. Call 735-0546 to find out what your rights are under the law.
Hello there. Watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Stacy Lee, and welcome to our first day of spring 2025.
I'm so tired of the cold.
Well, you're going to have to deal with it for a couple more days, I think.
I know.
I love fall and I love spring, or later spring. It's still nice, but I love when everything blooms and comes back to life. That's my favorite time of the year.
Don't love the allergies, though.
No, you want to take that. It is going to be windy today, by the way, but we're starting out on a positive note, so the 3-degree guarantee. Remember last time I filled in for Josh, I kind of blew it. I didn't get it right. But
hey, it was winter. It happens.
Like the skin of my teeth, I made it. And we make our jackpot go up. So let's take a look at what we said yesterday. The forecast high 58. We hit 55. So we were in that 3-degree mark. So we added $25 to the jackpot. It's up to $375. Hopefully I can keep that baby on a roll and get it up to $400 for tomorrow. So today, going with, again, 58 degrees, and we'll see where we top out. So the winds are going to make it feel cooler today. I wouldn't be wearing a skirt or a dress, ladies out there, but overall.
That's why I got my ponytail in.
I got my sweatpants for later.
Ponytail day.
Ponytail day. So there you go. Ponytail hair, just don't care. All right, let's talk about skiing, and let's talk about this. I know we jumped from spring to this, but there's a lot of great snow up in the mountains. This was Schweitzer Village yesterday afternoon. It was beautiful up there, looking good. It's going to be a different picture there today because it's going to be snowing up there. They picked up 2 new inches of snow in the last 24 hours. The wind chill at 17 degrees, so you'll want to bundle up. But yeah, plenty of time to get out and get up on those slopes today. Ski Bluewood also going to see snow today. Fresh powder up there, another 2 inches. 30 degrees, so a little on the cool side. And taking a look at White Pass, 33. They picked up 4 inches of fresh powder overnight, and they'll see some more snow today. So impressive numbers. Let's take a look at the next 2 days. We're expecting another 2 inches at Schweitzer today, 10 and 11 inches at White Pass and Bluewood, 4 inches at Mission. And on Friday, look at some of those totals. And when you see 17 inches on one day. So very good opportunities for skiing and enjoying the last little smidge of winter in the mountains.
Thank you, Stacy. Now we're starting off your 6:30 half hour in Yakima, where reports of a gun at Franklin Middle School had the staff on high alert yesterday. And the report came in around 2 p.m. with someone saying they saw 2 students with a gun. School security then found the students and discovered it was actually a toy gun. Parents were made aware of the situation, and the principal thanking the student who reported it, reminding students that if they see something, always say something. And now to Davis High School, where they were placed on a secure and teach mode also yesterday, and this while Yakima police looked for an armed suspect who was near the campus. And according to an alert sent to parents in the afternoon, this only lasted about 5 minutes. The secure and teach was lifted once Yakima police reported the suspect was in custody.
And more out of Yakima this morning, as over 100 people marched to Representative Dan Newhouse's office yesterday, all in support of protecting health care for Washingtonians. Newhouse voted for the budget resolution to start the reconciliation process, which is expected to include nationwide cuts to Medicaid. So this march, organized by the Central Washington Families Coalition, was in hopes to send a message to Newhouse, asking him to prevent those cuts.
We're here to let the community, let Congressman Newhouse know how important it is for him to care about our residents.
The marchers say cuts would devastate the 40% of Washingtonians who rely on Apple Health or Medicaid. 6:32 and some new information coming in on a story we're following closely, the Bryan Kohberger murder case. And we're getting our hands on some new court documents filed by the defense. So these documents claim that the 2 roommates who survived the attack were not asleep between 4 a.m. and when they called 911 just before noon on the day of the murders. New documents filed this week also show that the 2 roommates were on their phones between 7:30 a.m. and when they made that 911 call. Previous court documents showed that prosecutors believed Kohberger murdered 4 University of Idaho students just after 4 a.m. on November 13th, 2022. The next key piece of evidence in the case was the surviving roommates calling 911 just before noon that same day, saying one student was passed out and wouldn't wake up. Kohberger's trial is set to start this August.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Washington lawmakers are considering stricter standards when it comes to the fuel that goes in your car. But many don't want to deal with the higher costs that could come with that. And we have what those who support it are saying and what those against it. And that's coming up in just a few minutes.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house is the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
It's the Blue Compass RV Spring Blowout Sale. Pick your RV, pick your payment. Travel trailers from $97 a month. Fifth wheels from $273 a month. Motorhomes from $499 a month. Only at Blue Compass RV.
Spring is in the air and creativity is blooming everywhere at Custer's 26th Annual Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Join us as over 150 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcraft, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this a must-see event. Single-day admission, only $8. Tickets on sale now at CusterShows.com. Custer's Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco.
So what do you think about these?
We like this.
Yeah, we love that.
When it's time for an update or a complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
We're going to take everything down to the
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs.
Honey, you were right. Turned out.
Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com to learn more about no interest, no payments for 12 months.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Feeling overwhelmed? It's time to shed your worries, literally. At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we've got the perfect shed to clear the clutter, create space, and bring peace to your life. Man cave, playhouse, done. Want something custom? We'll build it just the way you want it. And we deliver for free. Spring is here. Shed the mess, shed the stress. See dealer for special pricing. Visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds today, 3680 West Van Giesen in West Richland, or 3005 Yakima Valley Highway in Sunnyside.
Austin Reed is a television news leader with a passion for unique stories that have affected positive change for more than 20 years.
Get the best local news coverage every day, right here.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee, Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Restaurants in New York City are now noisier than ever.
And you're sat next to each other like this.
How's your food?
What?
Next Live, Rita Ora. Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacey Lee.
Good Thursday morning and welcome to the first day of spring 2025. Legends Casino Skycam, sun starting to come up. The Columbia River a little bit bumpy because we've been seeing some breezy winds. Our dew point today at 32 degrees. The feels like temp is 35. That's because those winds are sustained at 16 miles per hour. Look for your sunset tonight at 7:10. We still have active weather even though it's the first day of spring in our mountains. Look at the in-between is looking pretty good, but look for some more showers coming our direction in the next 24 to 48. And next week, look for some great temperatures well above our average. Look at that. We're up in the 70s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Yakima. Even more impressive, Tri-Cities and Hermiston, typically 60 degrees. We're going to be 12 to 15 degrees above average next week in the area. So that's looking good. So it'll really start feeling like spring next week. Planning your day out today, again, partly cloudy sky, should stay dry until tonight, but you will see those strong gusty winds through the area. Yakima, a little bit cooler, but you'll see those clouds moving in, and earlier in the evening, you'll start to see some showers, and stray showers are possible throughout the day in Walla Walla with temperatures in the 50s. So out the door, grab your jacket, a little bit on the cool side, and a little bit of rain there in Walla Walla. Jade?
Stacey, thanks so much. 6:38 now, and Washington lawmakers are considering some stricter carbon standards for fuels used in cars and trucks. Some are warning that the tougher targets could come with a cost. Albert James shows us why supporters say we need to support the environment and why opponents say those changes would mean what it would mean for already high prices at the pump.
I think the experience we've had of the first couple of years of this program shows that that we can handle a little bit stronger target, and that's necessary to achieve the increases in clean fuel production.
Representative Joe Fitzgibbon of West Seattle says change is needed to Washington's clean fuel standard. Similar to the Climate Commitment Act, the program sets targets over time to reduce carbon emissions from transportation fuels with a marketplace of credits and deficits for those who are below and above the standards. Among other things, House Bill 1409 would accelerate those carbon reduction targets. Supporters say Washington should follow states like Oregon and California, who've toughened standards to correct an oversupply of credits in the marketplace that's reducing incentive for continued development of clean fuels.
There's going to be a market imbalance on the West Coast. We're not going to have the same amount of fuels coming into our state or even the production incentives in our state that others would. And so we want to make sure that we're not falling behind.
But business and oil groups warn stricter standards would lead to increased prices at the pump. Gas Buddy data shows Washington has the third highest average gas prices in the country, with prices in the state consistently above the national average over the last 2 years. And tariff threats encompassing Canadian oil wouldn't help prices at all. The Western States Petroleum Association says Washington tax and program costs, like the Climate Commitment Act, already adds about $1 to the price of a gallon of gas, with the proposed clean fuel standard adding anywhere from 4 to 25 cents.
I think it's really important that you guys take a look about what the fuel affordability is and take responsibility for that, for all of the decisions that you're making as policymakers for tax and program cost changes.
There's no word yet on when the bill could be voted out of committee. In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
Albert, thanks for that update. 6:40 still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. Also giving you that live look outside this morning. You saw across the Tri-Cities and into Yakima. Now taking a look at our current temperature outside right now in Pasco. Stacey's going to be back with your full forecast after the break.
Find amazing deals store-wide during the wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row. Every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. Or get 60 months no interest. Shop today and save during the wall-to-wall sale only at Furniture Row.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino, featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
To me, Harlem is home, but home is also your body.
Last one, everyone.
I asked myself, why doesn't Pilates exist in Harlem? So I started my own studio. Getting a brick and mortar in New York is not easy. Chase Inc. has supported us from Studio 1 to Studio 3. When you start small, you need some big help, and Chase Inc. was that for me.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business. We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
If you're looking for a high-quality trailer at the right price, this is the place.
It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV,
we make camping fun!
with Steel Battery. Power up with free extra battery deals on select Steel tools. Shop in-store and online.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Hey, there he is. Let's do this.
Hey, you ready? Yeah.
You're up, guys. All right.
Right now, you can lease a tough new 2025 Toyota Tundra for just $519 per month. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Yeah.
Come on.
Toyota, let's go places.
It's the 30th anniversary sale at Denver Mattress. And that means 30% off all Doctor's Choice mattresses. Check out the Colorado Twin for only $149.99 or score 60 months no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the 30th anniversary sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
The Kraken and the Oilers on MeTV. Watch Saturday starting at 6:30. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Good Thursday morning to you and happy first day of spring. We're still tracking snow showers falling in our Cascade Mountains in both Washington and Oregon. And we were even seeing some rain showers down the Columbia River Gorge. Most of our active weather has moved on to the east, so we're kind of in between systems. So that means we'll actually be seeing some sunshine. You can see that most of the snow has dried up there in the Blue Mountains. Take a look at our new quad screen cameras. We can see all of our region from Yakima to Pasco, Richland, and Kennewick. So looking good outside right now as the sun's just starting to rise in all of our areas. Let's take a peek at our temperatures around the region right now. We're in the 30s and 40s, but those feel-like temperatures are much cooler because of those strong and breezy winds. We've been seeing those gusty winds all day today. Still blustery here in the Dayton area. Winds are going to die down because we're in between those systems, and then you'll see those winds picking up as this next band of afternoon showers and activity moves across our region. So there's a chance of stray showers later on. Winter weather advisories. Check out some of those snow totals. Pretty impressive for the Blues and the Cascade Mountains on this first day of spring. So good weather if you like to snowboard and ski or use your snow machines. Good one to do this weekend. All right, Futurecast remains active. Again, we're in between systems, so partly sunny skies today, and then those showers will move in a little bit later as that next system moves across our region. Look for lots of snow showers across the Cascade Mountains. I-90 Snoqualmie Pass. You definitely want to check those pass reports if you're heading that direction. Getting into our Friday, more scattered showers, more snow showers as we have another system moving in. Now, if you are traveling this weekend, as I said, check the pass report. It's going to be a wet one in Seattle. If you're traveling into the Portland area, look for rain showers there. A little bit less of a chance on Saturday, but then on Sunday, again, those rain showers come back. Going to be a wet one in the Spokane area. Should be dry, though, on Saturday up there. Showers, mountain snow, gusty winds, temperatures in the 40s all through the area. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. Look for those breezy and gusty winds and those temperatures next week looking fab, up to 73 degrees. Going to see a nice long string of 70s also in Yakima, but gusty and breezy winds at times through the area with those different systems moving through. Ellensburg, first day of spring, looking at 50 degrees today with temperatures topping up to close to 70, flirting with it next week. Above normal temperatures in Walla Walla as we could see temps reach 75 on Wednesday. Wet weather, though, and very windy today, so batten down the hatches in Walla Walla. Hermiston also looking at a potentially wet Friday for you with some breezy and gusty winds. Temperatures above average there. So overall, as we get into our first official week of spring, temperatures are looking good. Here's what's coming up on GMA.
In this morning's GMA First Look, one-on-one with the March Madness coach having a storybook season.
Break it down, let's go!
Last year, the University of Missouri won none of their 18 SEC conference games. But this year, Coach Dennis Gates has led Mizzou to a winning season and a number 6 seed in the NCAA tournament. And this morning, he's sharing the secret to their improbable success with GMA.
What was your message to the team as this season began, as you tried to make a comeback?
It wasn't a try in my vocabulary, first and foremost. It was a mandate that this is what we're going to do. This is the standard, to see who we would be sacrificing for and with, right? That journey is more important when it's done with a special relationship.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of our interview with Coach Gates, plus a full wrap-up of all things March Madness. With your GMA First Look, I'm Will Reeve, ABC News, New York.
With wet AMD, I worry I'm losing sight of the world around me. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments. So I can do more of what I love. Vabysmo works differently. It's the only treatment thought to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Vabysmo could cause eye infection, retinal detachment, temporary increase in eye pressure, an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke, or severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye. Report changes to vision or eye pain to your retina specialist right away.
Open up your world with Vabysmo.
The #1 prescribed treatment for wet AMD. Ask a retina specialist about Vabysmo.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 6:49. It's time for your morning sprint. We're going to start off with your national headlines. President Trump is expected to sign an executive order today that'll begin dismantling the Department of Education. It'll start the process of shifting that power over to the states, although it's unclear how many states want to take over its responsibilities. And if you are paying off student loans, those will not change under the order. Legal challenges are already in the works, but Congress will have the final say on this matter.
And the White House says progress is being made on the war between Russia and Ukraine. President Trump saying his call yesterday with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky was, quote, very good. President saying the majority of that conversation was about the call that he had with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Tuesday. In a social media post, Trump said efforts are being made to align the wants and needs of both Russia and Ukraine.
In your business headlines, it's illegal to bring fresh eggs, raw chicken, or live birds into the U.S. from Mexico. And that's the message from Customs and Border Protection. This comes as it sees a rise in egg product seizures at the border, but the agency says most of these are from people who don't realize they can't do that. This also comes as the poultry industry has been devastated by the bird flu outbreak, which has caused a shortage of eggs and a rise in prices.
Ford is recalling more than 50,000 vehicles for incorrect repairs. There were 4 prior recalls for camera, battery, and window issues, but those weren't fixed properly. 7 models are a part of this recall. Owners will be notified by mail on April 24th.
And for the second time in a row, the Federal Reserve is keeping interest rates steady. Analysts say yesterday's decision means central bankers are waiting to see how Trump's policy changes will play a factor on the U.S. economy. Changes like heavy tariffs, mass deportations, and also the downsizing of the federal workforce. And the Fed said back in January it expects to have 2 rate cuts this year, and many economists predict there will at least be 1.
6:51 in your health news this morning, an update on Pope Francis. The Vatican says he no longer needs assisted breathing. The Pope has been using a non-invasive ventilation mask to help him breathe. Now, recently, he was just using it at night while sleeping. He was admitted back in the hospital in February and has been battling pneumonia in both of his lungs. The Vatican says his pneumonia is considered under control.
Almost 200,000 cans of Good and Gather cut green beans are being recalled by the FDA, and this is because of potential contamination with the foreign object. About 24 states are affected by this recall, and you can find more information up on the FDA's website.
6:52 in your sports news this morning. The Kraken taking the L after taking the W just the night before. They beat Chicago Blackhawks 6-2 Tuesday night, but they lost 0-4 against the Minnesota Wild last night. Kraken forward Chandler Stevenson left at the end of the second period with an undisclosed injury. Coach not saying exactly what had happened. No update from him. Next up for the team, they take on the Edmonton Oilers on Saturday, March 22nd. All right, 6:52 in the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. A man was shot by police last night at the Arlo on 10th Apartments in Kennewick. Kennewick police were called out just before 9:30 last night. The call coming from a witness saying that there was a man holding a knife and trying to kill himself. Police got there. They tried to de-escalate the situation. The man charged at them with the knife and police shot him. He has been identified as Dylan Winters. We're told he was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and once released, he will be booked into jail and charged with first-degree assault.
A new video showing a deadly helicopter crash that happened near Dayton yesterday afternoon. Authorities saying the pilot died at the scene. They also say the helicopter hit power lines, knocking power out to nearly 1,000 people in the area.
and the cause of the crash and the identity of the pilot have not yet been confirmed. But we are working to get more information on this incident, so stay with us both on air and online for updates.
All right, bus riders, listen up. Starting March 31st, Murrow County Public Transit is rolling out 3 brand new bus routes. The Amarillo will be a Boardman Circular. Roja and Morondo, those will be county connectors. Those will connect those who live in northern and southern county to Boardman, Aragon, Umatilla, Hermiston, Lexington, and Heppner.
The city of Yakima is on a mission to improve bike rider safety. Staff made a plan to improve the visibility in areas where cyclists ride and cross, and part of that plan has been completed. Officials have finished installing green paint at the crossings of the Powerhouse Canal pathway, which is across Powerhouse Road near Chesterley Park, across Kern Road, and then across North 34th Avenue.
All right, animal shelters from all over the country are going head-to-head to save homeless pets in the National 2025 March Madness Tournament. And our very own Yakima Humane Society is clinching one of the final 4 spots. Yakima Humane Society invited the community out on Tuesday night to experience that countdown to the Final 4 in person. At this time, a little more than $37,000 has been raised, and you can keep up with March Madness on the Yakima Humane Society's Facebook page.
I love that name. And trending this morning, winter's grip has finally loosened. We've been talking about it all morning long. We're dressed for it.
Yes,
in spring colors, because no sunnier days are on the way, and Stacy's been telling us this too.
Right. Yes, I know. I can't wait for those 70s to hit town. So today is the first day of spring. The first official day of the season represents the vernal equinox in the northern hemisphere.
That's right. It happened a little after 2 o'clock this morning. That's when the sun aligns with the Earth's equator. While some regions may still see a late season chill, the promise of blooming gardens, outdoor adventures, and patio season is finally here.
Along with allergies. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I love all those things, but yeah. So you can celebrate the day with a picnic, a stroll through the park, pop in your allergy meds, crack the window open, enjoy some fresh air.
Just did that earlier, my allergy medicine.
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually started a few days ago.
It's
like that's when mine started. Just all the time.
Yeah.
And my mom would always make me do spring cleaning when spring came around. You know, it's just that time.
Yeah, it's probably a good weekend to maybe do that, as our weather is active this weekend, guys. But next week, did you see those temperatures?
70s.
I can't wait.
10 to 15 degrees above the average for this time of year is
I'm ready for that because it's been cold for too long.
It's been cold for too long.
Spring is here.
We actually, guys, had a fairly mild winter.
No, it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't terrible, and winter continues in the mountains. We did our Schweitzer Mountain Ski Report. Lots of snow appearing there today and tomorrow and through the weekend. So yeah, there's still plenty of time to get that out of your system. Or, you know what? Golf is right around the corner as well.
Oh, gosh.
Yes.
I mean, does anyone ever really stop golfing here? I don't think they do. You know, why would they? We have
I'm
great
fair weather
courses.
skier and golfer. It has to be just right or I'm not doing it.
I'll try anything once, but
will you?
Yeah. I did my ski.
Snowboard.
Yeah. My snowboard and my ski lesson, and I was I did okay.
You did all right?
Yeah. I did it.
Not bad for a Texas girl.
Exactly. There we go. And I'm loving that Texas weather.
I know that is nice, but we're going to see some pretty strong winds today.
That's right. Strong gusty winds. We don't have an advisory, but expect one tomorrow. So expect first day of spring sunshine Friday, and later tonight and Friday into Saturday, we'll see more showers and mountain snow showers. There are winter weather advisories, and those 70-degree temps are here next week. Let's take a look around the area and see what your daytime highs are looking like today. So we're going to stay in the 50s. That's the 3-degree guarantee. 58 degrees is what I'm calling for. A little bit cooler in Yakima and Ellensburg, 53 for Walla Walla. So overall, looking like a great day. Here's kind of what it looks like. Expect those showers to ramp up, especially in Walla Walla, on and off throughout the day. So good weather. Right. Looking good.
Looking good.
Yeah.
So it looks great, yeah, and it's going to get better.
That's right. I know. We'll take it for the first day of spring.
And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is next, and we'll, of course, be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5.
Have a great day and happy first day of spring.
Woohoo!